guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. We're going to talk about the possibility of getting Donny Van De Beek from Manchester United on loan this summer, and could Umtiti be part of that deal as well? The Antoine, Griezmann, Saul, Niguez swap deal has now collapsed, and there's now talk about the Felipe Coutinho, Romagnoli swap deal with AC Milan. Talk about some of the contract renewals of the club, Dembele, Busquets, Roberto, Moriba as well, and how Sergino Dest will 100% be staying at Barcelona this summer and will not be leaving whatsoever to any other club. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Before we get into this video is sponsored by the One Football app. It's an absolutely brilliant football app that I've been using now for the past few years. It's the best in my opinion. It has everything you need. Breaking news, transfer news, videos. You have all the matches in the top 5 leagues in one spot, or you can even add more leagues. I believe it has 160 different leagues. And also you can follow your favorite football team. Of course, for me, it's going to be Barcelona. You can have, predictions. It tells you the next games. You have news about it as well. You have a nice little place where you can see all the tables for Champions League, Copa del Rey, Super Cup, La Liga. You can have the squad list as well. You can see all the first team players at Barcelona and some of the Barcelona B players as well. Nice little spot for transfers as well, for everything that's linked to just Barcelona. And during the match, there is live voting of the man of the match. But what I love about this app the most is when we score, it tells you who assists, it tells you if it's a penalty or an own goal. Some apps don't do that. It's absolutely brilliant. Of course, it has full-time stats as well, offside, possession. It also has news on La Liga, transfers on La Liga, and stats as well, top scorer, assists, red cards, yellow cards. This is by far the best football app out there, and the best part is it's free. So top link in the description down below. Give it a go. You won't be disappointed. Let's start with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. The first player we've been linked with over the past 24 hours has been Donny Van De Beek from Manchester United, coming from Gabriel Sanz from Mundo Deportivo, and he's come out saying that Donny Van De Beek reappears in Barcelona's orbit. He was offered to Barcelona after Wijnaldum said no. The club studied the possibility of including Samuel Umtiti in the deal as well. He is valued at 40 million euros, but a loan move could also be proposed. Now, Barcelona were also offered another midfielder that we talked about in yesterday's video, and that is Renato Sanches, but Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo has come out saying that Renato Sanches has been offered to Barcelona. That is now confirmed, but the club is not considering the option to sign him. But it's very, very clear that Ronald Koeman wants a new midfielder in the squad this transfer window. And again, Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo, he's come out saying that Ronald Koeman has told the club they must sign a physical, tireless, and experienced midfielder with good technical abilities on the ball after Wijnaldum said no, and Saul would arrive for the club this summer if they can reach an agreement with Atletico Madrid. Now, out of all the midfielders that we've been linked to over the past few days, for me personally, I would go for Donny Van De Beek. I won him last summer from Ajax. He went to United because we didn't really have the money then, but on a low move, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. He's Dutch. He knows the Barcelona way, grew up in Ajax, knows Frankie de Jong, played with him for so many years. On a low move, it can't go wrong. Gives us an option to buy as well for next summer if he does well. Of course, Renato Sanches, he's a decent midfielder, but always flopped at big clubs, flopped at Bayern Munich, and he also flopped at Swansea City as well. So there is that little bit of a risk with Renato Sanches. I think right now he is better than Donny Van De Beek based on his ability and his playing time as well. But again, with him flopping at a big club, there is a big risk, and there's reports saying that as well. So the Barcelona boardroom does want Renato Sanches, but again, some are saying, look, he flopped at Bayern Munich and Swansea City is not really, a good move. For me, the dream is Donny Van De Beek. I don't know if Manchester United will let him go on loan though. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but wait and see. Ronald Koeman is begging the club to sign a new midfielder this summer. But a current midfielder in the Barcelona team that could lead the club this summer is Felipe Coutinho, and boy oh boy do we have some huge news about him coming in from Sky Sports via Roberto. So two fairly reliable sources. They've come out saying that Barcelona and AC Milan are currently negotiating a stage deal between Felipe Coutinho and the center back Romagnoli. The Italian club would also pay an additional 20 million euros in the operation. So according to Sky Sports, Barcelona and AC Milan are negotiating a swap deal for Felipe Coutinho and Romagnoli plus 20 million. Boy oh boy, if Barcelona can pull that off, what a steal that would be. 20 million plus a center back. I mean, not the center back that we wanted, right? He is right-footed, I'm pretty sure as well, but it's an unbelievable deal, to be honest. If we can, I would be surprised if we just get 20 million euros for Coutinho, let alone 20 million plus Romagnoli as well. I think that's a banging deal for Barcelona, in my opinion. Let me think about it down in the comments below. But right now, it's been reported by reliable sources, nothing from the big boys, Mateo Morito, Alfredo Martinez, Fabrizio Romano. None of those guys quite yet. But this is, we said that about Antoine, Griezmann, Saul, Niguez swap deal turned out to be a huge thing. So watch out for this. Keep your eyes on this in the media over the next 24 hours. This could be a possibility. And also let me know down in the comments below, would you do this? Felipe Coutinho Coutinho for Romagnoli plus 20 million. But a swap deal that looks like it won't be happening this summer is the Saul Niguez Antoine Griezmann swap deal coming in from Xavi Navarro, who by the way broke this story, so credit to him. He came out saying the swap deal will not take place as the club is not convinced by the parameters of the operation. At Barcelona, they believe that Griezmann has a higher market value than Saul and see it as essential to receive additional cash or even another player. And the other stumbling block that makes the operation difficult is Griezmann's salary of more than 20 million net per season, a figure that Atletico Madrid cannot take entirely, while Barcelona is not willing to pay any part of Antoine Griezmann's salary in the swap deal. But Gabriel Sanz from Mundo Deportivo has come out saying that this week should be a very key week for the Saul Niguez Antoine Griezmann swap deal. Both Atletico Madrid and Barcelona will accelerate the talks. The priority of both clubs is to clarify the situation soon, with the preseason friendly starting in a few days. Now, Mateo Moriba from Sky Sports, we all know is a very reliable source and also very close to Atletico Madrid. He came out saying the swap deal is currently stopped and people involved in the negotiations see the operation as extremely complicated. Premier League clubs are now pushing for Saul Niguez, who will 100% leave Atletico Madrid this summer. And then we got more confirmation from Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo, and he came out saying that Barcelona have fully dismissed the Saul Niguez Antoine Griezmann swap deal. It is now officially over. So the deal now is fully collapsed and it will not be happening anytime soon. We were one step away. All Atletico Madrid had to do was add another player or some money and this deal could have gotten done. And of course, the Antoine Griezmann salary was a big stumbling block as well. And I have seen reports that Saul Niguez, when he came to Barcelona, he told them, look, I do not want to cut my salary. I want the same salary, if not more. And Barcelona said no to that as well. So the salary was a big issue for both players as well. And now it looks like this deal will not be happening. And Antoine Griezmann is back in training with Barcelona today. I am recording this Monday at midnight, so I haven't seen, the pictures, all that sort of stuff. But Griezmann today will be in Barcelona training. I think now Juan Laporta has to sit down with him. And apparently, by the way, Juan Laporta has not told Griezmann anything that he wants him to leave the club or cut his salary. But this week will be pivotal. Juan Laporta has to sit down with Griezmann and say, look, you have to cut your salary. There's nowhere else to, there's no hiding about it. If you want to leave, cut your salary. You want to stay, cut your salary. There's no other, loophole around it. And of course, maybe Griezmann will tell him, look, I want to leave the club this summer. So wait and see. Big week ahead for Antoine Griezmann. But the Saul Niguez Antoine Griezmann swap deal has officially collapsed. Let's now discuss the players who've been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Firstly, the front cover of Sport last night. I tell you what, it's something that really shocked me. They came out with the headline saying reconstructing the defense. They came out saying that Barcelona want to sell Umtiti, Lenglet, and Sergino Dest. I'm like, what? Dest? Anyways, Juan Martí came out saying there's total calm regarding Dest's future. There's nothing that distracts the player. He has the confidence of Ronald Koeman and he wants to continue at Barcelona and Barcelona want him to continue at Barcelona. I mean, what is Sport doing, man? Coming out talking straight out of their ass. You are a Catalan-based newspaper with good links inside the club and you're coming out with this nonsense? I mean, by the way, Romano came out confirming that Dest will stay 100%. So has Mateo Morito. So is Alfredo Martinez. So is Christian Falk, who is one of the best sources in Germany. Dest is saying 100%. So I don't know what Sport is coming out talking about, all this crap. So all these rumors you hear about Dest leaving the club, no chance he will 100% stay at Barcelona. But for Lenglet and Umtiti, it's a different story. Firstly, on Lenglet from Samuel Marsden from ESPN, he came out saying that Clement Lenglet has no intentions of leaving Barcelona as of now, and the same has been informed to the club. As things stand, he will stay at Barcelona, barring a big turnaround, similar to what happened with Artur back last summer, when he said to the club he wanted to stay, The club kept on pushing him, and in the end, he accepted Juventus' offer. So Barcelona will sell Lenglet this summer if they have a good offer, but again, they're not going to force sell him like Umtiti, Pjanic, and Coutinho, all those type of players. His wages are fairly good at the club, so wait and see. We have to wait for that offer first, then we can talk about Lenglet's future. Now, an update on Umtiti's future coming in from Sport. They've come out saying that Umtiti knows that his future does not lie in Barcelona. He does not intend to lower his salary, but he is open to a low move. Lyon is an option. Negotiations are complicated, and they're looking for the right formula. It depends on Umtiti's will. So wait and see on Umtiti. There are rumors that he could be included in the Donny Van De Beek loan move to Manchester United. Highly doubt that, but again, Umtiti's future lies at his own will. If he wants to leave the club, he can leave at any time. But again, he does not want to give up his current Barcelona contract. Let's now talk about the contract renewal updates over the past 24 hours, and we do have a lot. Firstly, on the captains, coming in from Luis Rojo from Marca, and he's come out saying that the club have contacted the agents of Gerard Piqué, Sergio Roberto, Sergio Busquets, and Jordi Alba regarding a salary reduction. As of right now, there is still no firm proposal, but this week they will begin negotiations. Matteo Alemany has spoken with their agents to express the need for the club to lower the wage bill. Negotiations haven't taken place yet due to Messi's contract renewal, who has agreed to a 50% wage reduction, and he will be key in convincing the rest of the players to do so as well. 40% is said to be the speculative value in which the players will reduce their salary, and one of the players had a joke saying that if they lowered their salary in those terms, he will not start playing until January, which I think is a bit of a douche move. Initially, means with their agents will begin this week. It is not going to be easy to reach an agreement with all those players. In the term of Sergio Roberto, his situation can be solved through a 2-year contract extension. Now, on the contract renewal of Sergio Busquets, Gabriel Sanz from Mundo Deportivo has come out saying that Barcelona will meet with Busquets' agent this week to discuss a salary cut. Busquets wants to stay and is willing to make a financial effort to help the club. Barcelona believe that an agreement will be reached with his agent. If in the case an agreement is not reached between Busquets and his agent, Busquets himself will talk with the officials at Barcelona after returning from his vacation on July the 29th. Next up is the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele, coming in from Cat Radio, and they've come out saying that Barcelona will be inflexible with Ousmane Dembele's contract renewal. Either he renews his contract at the club or he will be 100% frozen out of the club and won't even train with Barcelona. The club sense a change in his attitude for the player's representative and are confident of reaching an agreement. Now, the most complex and the most difficult contract renewal has been from a Barcelona B player, and that is Moriba, again coming in from Cat Radio, and they came out saying that Barcelona had a very intense meeting yesterday with Moriba's representatives, and the positions are still very far apart, but the decision will be made this week. Barcelona want him to continue at the club, and the player wants to continue as well. So after an intense meeting yesterday, still no agreement between Moriba and Barcelona. I mean, oh my god, how is this player, after 3 meetings with the club, still asking for a pay raise? You have Messi, the greatest footballer of all time, taking a 50% wage cut, but this guy who's put in one good performance in the Barcelona first team shirt, wants to get more money. I don't care if it's an extra dime, an extra 1,000 a week, an extra 100K, I don't care. How are you asking the club to give you a pay rise when they're going through every single player to reduce their wages? Just makes no sense. I'm getting a little bit worried about this. I think Barcelona are going to be ruthless 100%. If Moriba does not want to renew his contract, they will try to sell him this summer. If they can, he will be frozen out and go play for Juvenile A next season. I mean, oh my god, the laughingstock, the embarrassment for Moriba if he does end up playing there. I mean, oh my god. So we'll wait and see what happens, but the decision will be made this week. Let's now get into some news in regards to the Barcelona forwards at the club. Firstly, coming in from Roberto from DRS Sport about Alex Collado, and he came out saying the preseason will be very decisive for Alex Collado. The preseason friendly will be very important so the Barcelona B captain can convince Ronald Koeman. Otherwise, his future would lie on loan or in a permanent transfer. Now, to be honest, I don't think that Ronald Koeman really fancies Alex Collado, because remember last season he only included him in the squad list for the Barcelona first team once, and that was for the Copa del Rey game against Cornellà in the first round, and he didn't even make the bench. So I don't think that Ronald Koeman really likes him, but again, this preseason will be big with Griezmann's future in the air, Dembele's future in the air as well. Collado has to come in and put in some good performances. Big couple of weeks coming up for Collado. If he does impress, he could be that replacement for Griezmann if he does leave or Dembele does not renew his contract. Otherwise, he will be sent out on loan or could be sold as well. But a striker that will have a big role in the squad next season is the new striker up front in Sergio Aguero. And Sport have come out saying that Ronald Koeman had a phone conversation with Aguero recently. Ronald Koeman wants him to get maximum rest during his vacation. He also explained to him his expectations for next season to be very demanding. It was a courtesy call, but it shows commitment. And Sergio Aguero on his part thanked the coach for his gesture and expressed his enthusiasm to start playing for Barcelona. But a player that Ronald Koeman already called a few months ago and is a new signing as well is Memphis Depay, coming in from Javi Miguel from AES, and he came out saying that Memphis Depay's presentation as a new Barcelona player will take place this Thursday. He did do his PCR test and medical test yesterday, and if there's no setbacks, he will join the training with the first team on Wednesday. Now, of course, there is a game on Wednesday. I'm not quite too sure if he'll play that game or not. I don't see why he couldn't be, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play that game either. But again, he is now in Barcelona. He will have training for the first time on Wednesday, and he'll be presented on Thursday. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to know is about the Donny Van De Beek loan move. Would you do it or not? Also about the Antoine Griezmann Saul Niguez swap deal. Your thoughts about that collapsing, and also your thoughts about the Coutinho Romagnoli swap deal. Would you do that or not? And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.